Hello and welcome to the Golden Hour, a content series from us here at the Horizon League. Why the Golden Hour? Well, we certainly won't take up a full hour of your time, but it refers to the name of our league, the Horizon, where the earth meets the sky and where the student meets the athlete. We hope you enjoy today's episode. Hi, I'm Rachel White here with another episode of our Golden Hour content series from the Horizon League, and I'm here with
Ali Taleb.
And he is the newest member of Horizon League SAC and our incoming SAC president. So we're going to get to know Ali, learn a little bit more about you as a person, why you chose to be on SAC. So first question, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How'd you get to your university?
Yeah, I'm from Glassbury, Connecticut. I have a twin sister. I come from a family of four. I've been playing soccer my whole life, ever since I can remember, since I was probably 2 or 3 years old. I actually transferred here freshman year, midway through. And I came to NKU. I thought it was the right fit for me, and I still think it is. I'm looking forward to the fall for a great season.
That's awesome. And what are you studying at NKU?
Right now, I'm general business. I still have time to specify, but for now, I'm going down that route.
That's awesome. You talked about starting playing soccer at a super young age. Just talk about kind of how you got into soccer and when you kind of knew that you wanted to play at the next level in college.
Yeah, me and my parents put me and my sister in, and we just clinics, just little youth teams, rec, and I fell in love with it ever since. I always had a couple balls, a couple soccer goals around the house, just kick everything I see. And, I knew from a young age that I had aspirations of playing pro, and I think along that route is the Division I level. So I wanted to go through Division I first and then see what the future holds for me.
That's awesome. And why did you end up picking Northern Kentucky when it was time to transfer?
Yeah, I would say I was blessed to have many options after a great year at my old school. And I think I came to Northern Kentucky because of the great coaching staff, just the great environment overall, very close to Cincinnati. I had a couple of friends that are actually from Connecticut that were on the team.
Nice.
So I kind of felt like a good place, to call home.
That's awesome. And why did you choose to be on our Horizon League SAC, and what are you most excited about with this opportunity?
Yeah, so I didn't know much about what SAC really was until I came to Northern Kentucky, and right when I found out, I really wanted to be a part of something where the athletes can make a change to better their lives and better the university as well.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, I went to the first couple meetings. I thought it was really cool. And then we had a great president who ended up graduating. I knew I wanted to go for that role, so I ended up winning the election of being NKU's president, which was a really cool and humbling experience. And I just want to keep expanding, my leadership traits, my qualities, and just be the change that I want to see on campus and in the world. That's
awesome. What is your favorite thing about being a student athlete?
I'd say I love the routine. I'm always busy. I don't really have a lot of free time, but I'd rather be busy than just, be bored. So I love, the constant, having to check my homework, having to go to practice. I just love the idea of being sore, always, having something to do, So I just love the idea of being busy.
And I mentioned you're going to be our new Horizon League SAC president. So talk a little bit about what you're excited for about that opportunity.
Yeah, I just got the award, so it's still a little bit of a shock to me, but I came in thinking that I was gonna put my name up there, and I'm happy that I got the role, and I think now I'm in a role where I can make an even bigger and more positive change throughout not only my school but for the conference as well. So I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, absolutely. Our president plays such a key role with being part of our council meetings and sitting beside administrators, so it'll be awesome for you to be able to provide that student-athlete voice for us. I know you're really busy with soccer, busy with schoolwork, but what do you like to do outside of all that for fun?
I would say I'm a big nature guy. I love to go on hikes, nice. Like to go on walks. I really want a puppy just so I could walk it around and stuff, but, that's for the future. I love listening to music, a big music guy, just driving around, hanging out with friends, just making the most out of my time.
That's awesome. All right, well, we always close our Golden Hour podcast with a start bench cut, kind of a fun question to let you kind of rank this trio for us. Mm-hmm. So we're going to give you 3 ways or places you can study. Library, in your room, or at a coffee shop?
Oof. I'd say in my room, cut right away. I think it's way
Not
too
for you?
quiet. Not
okay.
for me. I'd rather be somewhere. I'd say bench, library.
Okay.
I think there's hit or miss depending on the day. Sometimes it's too quiet, sometimes it's too loud. I think a coffee shop is just the perfect amount of background noise, and you have the caffeine as well, at your disposal. So I'd start that for sure.
Perfect. Do you have like a go-to coffee shop on campus or in the neighborhood?
I'm a big Starbucks guy,
Okay.
so whenever there's Starbucks nearby, I'm always gonna edge for that one.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been another episode of the Golden Hour content series.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Golden Hour. Be sure to follow along with all the Horizon League news and action on our social media platforms at Horizon League and at horizonleague.com. Are you hungry? Cluster Truck is Indy's go-to delivery and pickup kitchen. With always free delivery and over 100 menu items, there is something to satisfy everyone's craving. Hand-stretched pizzas, pad thai, tacos, salads, wraps, burritos, and more delivered directly to your curb. Delivering to Fountain Square, downtown Indy, Carmel, Castleton, Broad Ripple, Fishers, and more. Use code HLRadio at checkout to receive $5 off your next order of $20 or more. Order now at clustertruck.com.